Hi there, welcome back to my channel, Whispering Willow Oracle. Today we're going to be looking at your current energies. So what is going on in your recent past, present, future? These readings are timeless, so whenever you come across them, there may be a message for you here. Please remember to only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If something isn't connecting for you, that's totally okay. There might be a message in another video, or maybe there's just a partial message here. That's one thing that I often find from readings is like, because a lot of YouTube readers are reading for a collective, not every message that they have in every reading is going to be exactly one for one for your life. It might be that there's like a portion of the reading or a message here and there, but something will come through. And if not, that's totally okay. There's lots of other readers out there. So we have the Ace of Water, the Page of Air. I think you have a new beginning starting here in love or in a relationship. Might be I think there's a message of forgiveness. It might be a new beginning with an old person, like someone who's been in your life for a long time. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. This could be a family member, it could be a friend, someone who you've had some distance with recently, somebody who you have maybe had a bit of conflict, and they're coming in here, either you or they have an apology. Or some words to share that you weren't really expecting, or maybe the air is being cleared. It's like there's maybe questions about you and this other person that you had or they had, and things were left up in the air the last time you were together. And I think that there may have been just this murky water, like this feeling of murky water. We do have patience here in the challenge position, so I think that in the recent past here, the issue that you were facing with this person was that you weren't taking the time to understand each other. Misunderstandings and miscommunication were happening very frequently, and it could have just been, it doesn't even necessarily feel like it was because there was a flaw in the personalities of either one of you, or that there was a flaw in the relationship. Just that, I'm almost getting, this sounds a little bit weird, but it was in the planets. Like, it was almost like, and I don't like chalking everything up to this. It was like, oh, it was like Mercury retrograde, or it was, something was going on astrologically that like the stars just didn't line up for you too for a brief period of time. I'm getting that this may have been maybe a person who's been in your life for a long time, like a family member or a friend from when you were younger, or a cousin, or it could be a husband and wife if you've been married for a long time. I'm getting long-term relationship here. And I'm not getting major conflict. I'm just getting like this irritation, or like you've been on each other's nerves lately and you couldn't quite put your finger on why, or like both of you were kind of triggering the other one, and there was just something going on here where the energies weren't aligning for you two, and it was causing minor conflict. And that these energies have now passed. The heavens have opened up and are bringing in more harmonious energy, and all that you need to do to receive this energy is open yourself up to it. You and this other person just need to let that energy enter and flow, and not cling on to any little conflict issues that, you know what I mean? Like, don't stay mad about the little thing that happened 2 weeks ago. Even if the other person hasn't apologized yet, or even if you're kind of feeling like, hey, I still feel a little bit annoyed that this happened, and I don't feel like there was, unless it's like really affecting your life and there needs to be a solution, try to let that go. I think that's the message here, because the new energies coming in are so harmonious, and if you let them flow into your life, things are really going to change. The energies are going to shift with this person, and you're going to come into it a time of, enjoyment, the sun, you know, especially if you live in the northern hemisphere, the sun is coming back up, you know, lightening the mood a little bit. I'm not getting that this is like any serious conflict, but of course take it as it resonates, because it could be more or less depending on your situation. But you and this person are kind of like reconnecting and coming back to one another, coming back to your bond, coming back to your life together, bringing life back into the situation. I think here it's not really anything that you or this other person did, and that was the issue, is you couldn't put your finger. You were like, are we just not compatible anymore? Are we growing apart? And that is not the case. You and this person just were on a brief moment, and I'm getting like 6 months, like 2 to 6 months of uneasiness with this person, mild, moderate conflict that was going on is now coming to an end. And it's more just the changing of the tides, the changing of the astrological influences in both of your charts. And with that change coming in, you both need to just forgive and forget what happened in the last 2 to 6 months, because I'm not getting that it's all that serious, right? Like it's nothing that can't be forgiven. It's nothing that can't be forgotten. And if you can move on, you're going to enter into a new, like, you know, another 6 month period, but it's going to be like, I'm just getting it's going to be completely different. The energies are completely different. You just need to be open to those energies, right? Align with the energies and flow with the energies. Because sometimes you know, when conflict arises, it's easy to get stuck in that mentality and get frustrated, and then that frustration kind of turns into resentment. And if you allow things to fester and become resentful, then it's harder for the energies of the universe to come in and heal what has happened and change the attitudes of those involved. Actually, I think I'm going to pull from this deck here, because I've been feeling like it's astrological influences that are really, I mean, a lot of things in our lives come from the astrological influences, but for some reason, I think your guys just want you to know that it's nothing that you or this person did wrong. It's not that you're not compatible. It's not that you're growing apart. It's just that there was a bit of an off period, and to not be resentful. Okay. All right, so we have Scorpio, midheaven, and solar flares. Yeah, so I'm just getting that there was really strong energy here. You or this other person may be a Scorpio, or it may have arisen during Scorpio season. You know, where you're coming, especially in the northern hemisphere, you're coming into winter, you're coming into a season of darkness, a season of death, and that affects you or this other person tremendously. Maybe, you know, you need to look into some homeopathic remedies, or into like light therapy, or changing your diet for next season, so that this sort of thing doesn't happen, so that this person doesn't become so grumpy, or you don't become so grumpy, and maybe your reactions are a little bit healthier too if you can manage your symptoms. I'm feeling like it's like, you know, just the darkness became very, very difficult this year, and it could be a pattern and something that needs to be addressed so that it doesn't continue happening, and that other people aren't the victims of this person's you know, difficulty with the weather or something like that. That's what I'm getting. So I'm gonna leave that message here. I hope it resonated for somebody. If it did, please leave a comment and let me know how it resonated. If not, hopefully I'll see you in another video. Please like and subscribe. Take care. Bye now.